Hello and welcome to another instructional activity video brought to you by Godot or the Georgia Department of Education. This one's going to be a mini or bite-sized video for you. I want to share information with you regarding your planning or your lessons for Jimmy Carter. He can be found in Unit 6. As you begin to prepare your lessons, I want us to remember to begin with the standards, of course, and then think about the essential questions that you want your students to be able to answer by the time you're done teaching and exploring the unit. Think about and plan for any vocabulary words that they need to know, whether that be building background knowledge, introducing something that's brand new to them, providing visuals for those particular vocabulary words, and showing students how they are applied and how they are applicable to his life, and then including his contributions. They are vast, as you may know, of course, and then also to think about what his character traits are and why we study him. Also remember to remind students that we study Jimmy Carter and the other historical figures that we've covered this year because they are fellow Georgians. They have contributed great deals, remarkable contributions to our world and to our community, to our country, to our state, but they're fellow Georgians, and I think that sometimes students miss that part for some reason. Talking about Jimmy Carter, we can begin back at his humble beginnings on the farm, his peanut farm, living there with his family, and talking about how they did not have many comforts of life. They had an outhouse, they had a well for water, they did not have electricity in their home for many years. You can use visuals of his farm. You can take a tour of his farm to tie in some of those non-text sources, exploring the fact that he was in the United States Navy, his accomplishments there. You could even talk about what it takes to become a member of the Navy, and then how he made his rise to the White House, first starting off as a senator and then the governor of Georgia, and then the president of the United States. Sharing also how President Carter, Jimmy Carter, did not support or believe in segregation, how he included and hired many members to support him that were African American, particularly African American women, and then how he ran for re-election but was not re-elected, which would seem like something that might be devastating, but maybe it was a gift in the end, a gift in disguise. While he was still in office, he did plan for and build his presidential library and museum, which you can also take your students on a tour of. That would be another non-text source and a very interesting way to dive into who he was and the things that he supported and believed in. And then when I was talking about him not being reelected, might maybe have been a gift in disguise, thinking about how he went on to help out with the Habitat for Humanity in such a deep way and providing 35 plus years of service, he and his wife, to that organization, to that program. And then I share with you on the screen really quickly, there are a few quotes of his. One of those quotes has to do with the fact that he did not have electricity until he was 11 years old. So having primary sources like quotes are a great way to introduce primary sources, as well as getting them students familiar with Jimmy Carter and his character, things that he believed in and supported. You can even tie in him being a Nobel Peace Prize laureate. How do you become a Nobel Peace Prize laureate? How are you nominated? What does that mean? What did he receive the Peace Prize for? And then really quickly sharing some GSE resources that are available to you. So mapping the Carter family farm is a resource available to you. And then the life of Jimmy Carter can be found also in Unit 6. And then you can do a culminating task or a culminating project, and that would be to create a living poster project of Jimmy Carter. And that could be used with any of the historical figures that we've studied. Don't forget to swirl your lessons, speaking, writing, illustrating, or drawing, reading or being read to, and listening. And then, of course, you can always catch us and find us, communicate with us, and interact with us on our Facebook page at the Georgia K-2 Social Studies site, as well as on Community. And you can find many lessons for a variety of grade levels, including our second grades, on Inspire. Again, my name is Tania N. Davis, and I appreciate this time with you. Thank you. Be well.